All right. Good evening. Happy Thursday, everybody. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Krista Wiley. I am one of your Founder Council members. I'm also a one-star double platinum. I am a four-time IATAN card holder and a 100K ring earner. What that basically means is that I can teach you how to book travel. I can teach you how to grow a team. I can teach you how to earn a residual income, all of those different things. And today we are going to go over the elusive travel party. Does anybody here know what a travel party is? Anybody know what a travel party is? Like you showed up to this training today and you were like, I don't know what Chris is going to teach us or train us on, but I'm going to show up. Christina said, kind of. Susan said, no. Heather said, I do. Yes, sounded fun. Listen, travel parties are fun. They absolutely are. Let me get these slides up. I know that I have talked to several of you guys about travel parties. I know that there are people who have heard about it. They're not sure what it is. I have heard run the gamut. I have talked to some other platinums who are like dying for this training, just ready for it. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit at convention. So I promised you guys the training was coming. And so here it is. We are going to go through what is a travel party? What are some of the fears? How do we invite to them? How do we host them? We're going to party while traveling. I mean, we always party while traveling. Having flashbacks from our travel party in February. Absolutely, right? Leslie already kind of knows. So today we are going to talk about travel parties. And you guys, this is not necessarily something that you're inviting people over so you can talk about booking their cruises. We are going to talk about how to host a travel party to increase your team size. How many of you guys went to the amazing training or I guess meeting with our 5-star platinum Charles Lee, and he did that meeting with Fred Howell? How many of you guys went to that meeting? Me, yes, I know. I personally challenged my team, every single one of them, to go watch that, take notes, and all of those things because there was some pretty phenomenal things that took place in that training. And so I have really been diving into talking to a lot of people in this company who grew this company from travel parties. How many of you guys know that that is the OG? Like that is where this company started. How many of you guys knew that that is how Evolution Travel originally started growing? Leslie was fire me. Well, yes, they were on a yacht, but how did they actually start booming? Was Fred Howell Zoom recorded? Yes, it absolutely was. This is the old school I've been waiting for. Cassie says. Susan says no. Christina said I had no idea. Courtney said I had no idea. Vaguely remember it being talked about. You guys go watch that video because he talks about the beginning stages of what this looks like. You guys, one of our Evo angels, Tony Ward, who here remembers how quickly she hit platinum? Anybody here remember how many days it took her? Less than 2 days. 24 hours, 30, something like that. Platinum. Let's just day and a half. Platinum in a day and a half. 30 hours, Fred told us at St. Louis, I believe. Right? That's wild. How did they do that? Travel parties. Fred talked about that. That's what they were doing. Invite, talk, invite, talk, invite, talk. Right? 30 days. Can you guys imagine? So this is something that I've really been honing in on, working on for months because you guys, I want to get us back into a place where we're doing travel parties. This is a very duplicatable way. It's very duplicatable. And if you guys know anything about duplication, you need to teach somebody how to do something that is easy to duplicate. This is very easy. You guys are going to see exactly that through this meeting. But we can't get into the nitty gritty of how you do something until you address the fears. We need to address the fears a little bit. And so we're going to go through the top 5 fears that stop people, right? You guys ready? Let's get into these fears. And I know you guys are going to be like, Krista, get out of my head, Krista, get out of my feelings, but we're going to address them and work our way through them. Rebecca, we're going to go through that as well. Okay. Maybe if this works. How many of you guys have ever said, but what are people going to think? The fear of what people might think. Oh my God. If I tell people what I'm going to do, if I'm telling people what I'm going to do, they might think, right? So here are some self-talks. These are some things that maybe you have said. And again, this may not be all of you, but I guarantee that at least one of these 5 fears are going to speak to you. What if they think I'm trying to hustle them? What if they judge me for being in a business like this? What if they think I'm only inviting them for my benefit? Like it's just about me, right? Like they don't care about it. What if they think it's just about me? What if they talk about me afterwards? Anybody have that fear? Anybody here said that to themselves? And you guys don't lie. Like we don't grow in lies, right? Be honest. How many of you guys, like that's the thing that stops you? I'm at the age where I don't care anymore. Well, good. Christina's going to be the very first one to do a travel party because Christina says she doesn't care anymore. She has no fears, right? Me. Yes. Right. Yes. I don't want them to feel I'm selfish, right? So let's talk about this. Mindset shift. People judge what they don't understand until they see it in person. In-person travel parties create trust, transparency, and connection. When people can feel you, see you, and ask real questions, the negative dies instantly. Right? You're in person. There's a connection. You're building that trust with them. Okay. Now we're going to go through some things that might make you go, oh, I have gotten through that before, right? Practical proof that you guys have beaten this fear. You've shared things you love. How many of you guys have given recommendations to a restaurant, a show, a production, a product, something like that? And somebody goes to the restaurant and they're like, oh my gosh, Krista, that Mexican restaurant was awful. You still sent them there. You weren't afraid of what they thought. You liked that restaurant, right? You loved that restaurant. You loved that show. And because you were passionate about it, you didn't care what they thought. You just invited them to it. Yeah, absolutely. How is this any different? How is a business that you love? Why do you care what other people think? Your family has judged your life choices before. How many of you guys have had family or friends or people who have judged your job before? I will tell you guys, for those of you guys that know my story, I was a paramedic for 15 years. My biggest critic before I went to paramedic school, my dad told me, my dad, God love him, said, there's no place for a woman in shift work. Literally, those were his words. There's no place for a woman in shift work. I needed to be home with my kid. I could not be working 12 and 24, 72-hour shifts. And I said, Dad, thanks for your opinion, but I'm going to go do this, right? Guess what? When I made Paramedic of the Year, my dad was screaming it from the rooftops. He was so proud of me. I proved him wrong, right? Dad better watch out or he gonna listen, you know, he's probably up there in the clouds just smiling and laughing now because he's like, oh, thank God she's not doing shift work anymore. But I lived, right? People doubted you in the past until your results shut them down, right? You do what you want to do and don't care what other people think. You've handled real judgment before. This one won't break you. All right, let's go into the next fear. Fear of not being good enough. How many of you guys have a fear of not being good enough? Right? Maybe you have said things like, what if I don't explain it right? How many of you guys are like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad, like Ashley and Amy and Sarah and Coco and Tommy, I'm so glad that they do the presentations because I could never. Rebecca said, me, what if I don't have enough knowledge? What if I don't have the answers? I've struggled with that one, right? What if I don't explain it right? You guys, let me tell you, I knew the presentation word for word. Word for word. Charles calls me up one day and said, Krista, I'm putting you on the schedule. What day do you want? And I said, oh, whoa. I'm not good enough for that. And he goes, Krista, you could do the presentation blindfolded backwards with no slides. You're going on the presentation schedule. He had to pull that out of me, right? What if I sound desperate? What if I'm not polished enough to talk about the business? What if they ask me something I don't know? What if I look like I don't know what I'm doing? Right? Those are common questions. You're not presenting just a business. You're sharing a chance to change someone's life. And I promise you, the moment that you realize that this opportunity changes every single person's life, I am sure that every single one of you guys can name one person, probably 5, probably 10 people that you know that this business has changed their life. Maybe it hasn't changed yours yet, but you know somebody in this business that it has changed their life. You guys, and I'm telling you that I am one of the emotional platinums. I literally have people on my team that this business has saved their life. I'm not talking financially. I am talking physically changed and saved their lives. Okay. I thought a travel party was right. You're sharing. It saved mine. It gave me a purpose. I'm praying it does mine. It gives you self-worth. You're sharing a chance to say that. You're sharing a chance to change someone's life. People don't join perfect speakers. They join real humans with real passion. If you really feel strongly about this business, if you really have a passion for what you're doing, if you really believe the lives that it's changing, they're going to see that. They're going to see the passion you have for this. Now, maybe you don't have a success story yet, and that's okay. I didn't have a success story, but you know what I did is I used other people's success stories until I had my own. Ways you've already beaten this fear. You've recommended jobs, side hustles, deals, and opportunities before. You've taught someone something you weren't 100% confident about and still helped them. All my parents in here, right? We all had to like, oh gosh, I don't know how to potty train a kid, but guess what? You figured it out. You learned how to because you didn't want to buy diapers forever. You taught them how to use a fork, a spoon, how to carry a knife and scissors correctly. You taught a dog how to go to the bathroom outside and stop peeing on your carpet. Whatever the case may be, is you have taught somebody something at some point, and you were confident in that. You've explained things on the fly to coworkers, kids, clients, strangers, right? Anybody here get nervous when somebody walks up to you and says, hey, do you know where the closest gas station is? And you're like, no, it's 3 streets that way, hang a left, 4 blocks on your right. Right? You say it all the time. The personal growth is more than any money that I can make. It is, really. It takes practice. If you can have a conversation in person, you can introduce the opportunity. You absolutely can. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. Fear of rejection. Maybe this is your fear. Maybe you're fearful of rejection. Maybe you have said at some point, what if they think I'm crazy for doing this? What if they're rude or dismissive? What if nobody joins? What if they shut me down in front of others? What if no one takes this seriously? What happens, right? Maybe that's your debilitating thing. Maybe that's the reason that you're fearful. Mind shift. Their reaction has nothing to do with your value. Remember that. Their reaction has nothing to do with your value, only their readiness. Your job is to invite. Their job is to decide. Once you guys realize that you're just going in and sharing an opportunity that will change their life, you know that you're on the right side of it. You just let them decide. You are offering possibility, not pressure. Let's talk about some ways that you guys have made it through this fear before. You've asked people to events before, right? How many of you guys have invited people to birthdays, showers, dinners, movie nights, girls' night, wine and charcuterie? How many of you guys have invited people to birthday parties? How many of you guys have invited people on vacations? How many of you guys have said, hey, I'm going on a group cruise. You want to go with me? And they're like, nah, I'm good. I don't like Carnival. Nah, I'm good. I don't like cruises. But you invited them anyways. Were you afraid that they were going to reject you? Listen, I can't say it if I think about it, Lisa, so don't ask me to say it again because it usually comes out super inappropriate. We don't need those negative people that don't like cruises. Listen, I had a client the other day that was like, yeah, I don't like to be locked on a ship. And I'm like, there's doors and windows. My God. Anyways, right? 100%. They're not our people. They're not our people, boo. Right? So, but you've invited them to things before, right? You've invited them like, hey, come over after work. Let's have a beer, right? Like, hey, we're all going to so-and-so to watch a football game. You invite. If they say no, they say no. If they say yes, cool, right? You've recommended something, a show, a product, a restaurant. We talked about that. Someone didn't like it, but it didn't stop you, right? You've survived worse rejection than someone politely saying, no, I'm good. Not right now, right? You didn't just cancel the whole party because one person said they couldn't come. You didn't cancel the whole party because half the people you invited said no. You still had the barbecue because guess what? You wanted the barbecue. You wanted to have the meeting. You wanted to go to dinner. You've been rejected by life and kept going. You can handle this. Next fear. Ooh, the comfort zone. Ooh, the comfort zone. Ashley, Coco, you know this one. You know our agents have this one. The comfort zone. It traps a lot of people. I'm comfortable, right? Founder just talked about it. Ooh, that comfort zone beginning them. It does, right? Founder literally on our last founders call was talking about the dog that wouldn't get off the nail. Right? They were whining and complaining because the nail hurt, but it didn't hurt enough to get up off the nail. So they just sat there and whined. They don't like where they're at, but they're comfortable enough to not get up. Right? Get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. How many of you guys have ever said, let me just post more? That feels less scary. I'm just going to sit here and be a keyboard warrior. That's less scary. I'll just message people instead. I don't want to talk face to face. If I host in person, they'll ask real questions. Like, oh God, they might ask real questions. Some people's comfort zone is being uncomfortable. Right, Jonathan? I don't want to be in a room pitching the business. Like, I just don't want to. Like, maybe that's your comfort zone. Like, I don't want to do that. Okay, cool. Then stay where you're at. This is too real. Online feels safer, right? Goes kind of back to that keyboard warrior. How many of you guys have said that? Like, oh man, it's just easier. I'll just stay here engaging on Facebook. Not to say that that doesn't work, right? Because everything that we do is an and, not an or. But I didn't want to say. It's easier. It's easier. It's easier. I'll just sit here. Like, I'll keep my Zoom off. Like, I'll keep my camera off. Like, I'll just keep typing and copying and pasting and just keep complaining about where I'm at, but I don't want to move. But I also don't want to do what I need to do to move. Right? Like, don't complain then when you don't see change, right, Lisa? All right. So, mind shift. Online creates interest. In person creates belief. People join when they can feel the energy, see the stories, and meet you face to face. People join when they can feel the energy, see the stories, and meet face to face. You're a real person, right? You get a different vibe when somebody's in person, right? Let's talk about some things that we've done to get over this, right? Practical proof, ways we've already beaten this fear. You've had real conversations with people about finances, life, careers, parenting, far more personal than this. Far more personal. If you've ever started a conversation or a sentence with TMI, you can absolutely do a travel party. You've been vulnerable in person before, and it created connection. When they complain, I ask what they're doing to change it. You've met new people in real environments and clicked instantly. How many of you guys have ever talked to a stranger before? I have more fear of the unknown with the internet than the face-to-face. I love being around people. Me, right? Strike up a conversation. It's no different than doing a travel party. You've handled harder rooms than a travel party. This one is easy in comparison. This is absolutely 1,000% you. Get up and do it. Get out of your comfort zone. I promise you, after you do it a few times, the easier and easier it gets. Right. I was a hairstylist for 32 years, lots of strangers. Listen, you guys, ain't nothing scarier the very first time you're in the back of an ambulance as a paramedic by yourself and you have no one to turn to but yourself to save this person's life. Let me tell you, after that, everything gets easier. No pressure. No pressure. Tracy's going to be the very first one to do a travel party. All right. Fear of failure. Feel of failure. How many of you guys are just like, I'm just going to fail? Right? How many of you guys have said, what if nobody joins my team? What if this doesn't work? What if the turnout is small? What if the whole thing feels awkward? What if I look like I failed? What if I do a travel party and nobody shows up? Right? What do you do? What do you do if the very first travel party you do and nobody shows up? You do another one, and then you do another one, and then you do another one, and again and again. And what people see is like, oh, this wasn't just a one thing, this was a always thing. Do it again. You practice and do another one, and again and again and again and again and again. Right? Yes, you want a result. Let's be honest. We all want results because results tells us that we are successful. But every travel party also builds duplication, confidence, exposure, and momentum. Each party plants a seed. Each seed grows into a conversation. Each conversation creates prospects. Each prospect becomes the next team member or referral source. Results come from repetition, not one perfect room. And we're going to talk about exactly that here in a second. I'm sure Amazon and all those other big bids said the same thing at the beginning, right? Listen, Jeff Bezos ain't mad right now. Practical proof. You didn't master bookings after one client. You got good because you kept going, right? How many travel bookers are in here, right? My very first booking, I was sweating. I was scared. I was like shaking my finger before I clicked the button and backed because I was like, oh my God, it's somebody else's money, right? But I didn't stop. I just got better. Every time I did it, I got better. You didn't learn this business after one training. You attended several, right? You didn't just go to one Krista's cruising training, right? You went to several cruising trainings. You didn't go to just one profit pool training. You didn't just go to one flight training. You kept going. Everything you are good at today came from repetition, not perfection. Right? You didn't get behind the wheel to drive your car when you got your learner's permit and suddenly you were, Andretti on the racetrack, right? You weren't driving the number 88 UPS car, right? NASCAR. Like, no, you were like, oh gosh, okay, I stick the key here and I turn the thing and the brake and the gas and the blinker and the windshield, like, right? It happened over time. Your business grows when other people start bringing their people, and travel parties make that happen. And we're going to talk about exactly how that happens. So how many of you guys, like, we've addressed your fears. We've addressed the fears. We've all heard the self-talk. Tracy, I already knew when I was creating these slides, Tracy, I was like, oh man, I can't wait till Tracy tells me she feels exposed. I knew it was coming. I knew it was. Right? You guys, we all say this stuff. Maybe you have 3 out of the 5. Maybe you have 2 out of the 5. Okay, we've addressed it. We know how to shift it. And now we're not going to let it excuse us because we've done it before. Right? We've heard it. We've fixed it. We've done it before. Now you just have to take action. So now we're going to get into how to do this. The invite. How many of you guys, and let's just poll because I don't want to assume anything. How many of you guys have ever invited somebody to a girls' night, a guys' night, a barbecue, or a movie night? Put in the chat. How many of you guys have ever invited somebody to something like that? Yeah, me all the time, right? When you want to invite somebody, to a barbecue, what do you say? Throw your text messages in here. You guys, I want you all to invite me to a barbecue. Throw it in the chat. Or a movie night, or girls' night, or a wine night, or what would you say? Michelle said, okay, let's go through these. Let's see. She said, Shauna, come on over. Lisa, busy, come on over. Michelle, barbecue on Saturday at 2 p.m. Come on over. Hey, I'm having this at my house. Want to come over? Hey, Krista, we're having a barbecue. Want to come over? Hey, Krista, want to come to a barbecue on Friday? Do you want to come over for a movie night? Hey, girl, I want to have fun girls' night. Want to come? Hey, we're having a babysitter. Hey, we are having a babysitter tonight. Want to go out? Yeah. Krista, come to my party this weekend. It's going to be a blast, right? Hey, Krista, we're doing a taco night. We're providing the main dishes and homemade tortilla. Cassie, you just tell me when you're making homemade tortillas. Hey, we're having a barbecue. Bring the booze. Hey, Krista, I'm having a barbecue Friday night. Would love for you to join us. Hey, I'm throwing a barbecue. We're having a cookout. You're welcome to come. If you want to bring something, you can, but don't worry about it. If you can't, we should be starting around 5-ish. Hey, Krista, having a barbecue this weekend. Steak, loaded baked potatoes, grilled asparagus, beer, wine, sweet tea, music, and fun. Want to bring the fam? Yes. Yes. I've got the wine. Come on over. How many of you guys suddenly want to go to a barbecue? Right? How many of you guys suddenly want to go to a barbecue? How many of you guys suddenly are like, man, Nikki said she got the babysitter. Let's go out. Right? Close friends, I'm on my way to kidnap you for girls' night, right? My stomach started growling. Yeah, right? Absolutely. So when you start thinking about the invite to a travel party, why do you suddenly go, right? It is a four-part formula. You guys already know the formula. You already know what the formula is. You guys just all proved it to me. Hey, Krista, what are you doing on Friday night? What do you guys think step 1 is? What are you up to Saturday? You free Thursday evening? What's your Sunday look like? Man, you guys are already know how to invite to this thing, right? Hey, what are you doing that day? A few people are coming over, right? Get the vibe, feel the vibe. Hey, a few people are coming over. We're doing a toy drive and snacks. Just a fun little gathering, right? You guys set the stage, right? We're now feeling the vibe, right? Hey, what are you doing Saturday? We're having a barbecue. Okay. Step 3, slip in the business naturally. Just slip it right in, right? And I wanted to share this travel business I'm doing. I'm showing something I think you'll love. Super casual, just sharing what we're building. You guys, you don't always need a script. Now, I understand in closing, Sarah talked about closing today. I understand those scripts. In the invite, it needs to be you, right? It needs to be you. It needs to be how you would say it. Last part. Feel free to bring your mom, sister, cousin, best friend, uncle, brother, son. How many of you guys didn't realize that you already did that? Rebecca literally did that. Hey, Krista, what are you doing? X day. We're having this, and this to eat. This is what we're doing. Bring the family. Hey, Krista, got a babysitter going at. How many of you guys think you could do that? How many of you guys think you could do that? Type it out. Put it in the chat. And just so you guys know, we will probably be here longer than an hour. Type it in the chat. Invite me to your travel party. It's easier when you said it this way. Well, that's the thing, Rebecca. A lot of times we overthink things. We're all just a bunch of overthinkers. I already want to do this. Oh, I want to go and I want to invite. And I'm giving you guys a second. Right? I want you guys to invite me to a travel party. Invite me to a travel party. Hopefully you guys aren't. Hopefully you guys are writing. Sabrina, I hope it goes beyond Hey Krista. I hope you just hit enter and it entered. Why did you guys become speechless? Allison said, hey girl, now I'm speechless. I'm falling. Claudia, you're falling asleep. I'm that boring. Dear Krista, the end. Why? Why can you guys invite to a barbecue, but not a barbecue where we're talking about the business? All right, here we go. Hey Krista, I'm having some people over for a get together. I'll be telling about what I do. Want to join us? Bring friends and family. Hey Krista, I've got a free hour at Top Golf to hang out and have some drinks. I'm going to share what I do. You want to join? It'll be Saturday night. Hey Krista, been missing you, friend. I'm having a spectacular travel party this Saturday. Got lots of new things to share. You don't want to miss it. Bring everybody, girl. Oh, not that. Okay. What are you doing Thursday night? A few neighbors are coming over so I can share this travel business I'm doing. Feel free to bring anyone with you. Krista, having a get together on Monday. Would love for you to come and hear about an exciting opportunity. Because a barbecue is not a business where I'm selling something. Here's the thing, Kathy. What happens if you have a barbecue? Let's say you have a group of people you invite over to a barbecue. What do you start doing? You start talking about your business. How is that any different? I can. It's too long type. No worries. Hey, Krista, what are you up to Saturday evening? I'm having a few people over for a dinner party. No need to bring anything. Just want to share what I've been up to. Bring your husband. Hey, girl. Hey, Halia. Are you busy Sunday? I'm having a few people over for lunch and drinks, and I wanted to share a little bit about this travel business I've been doing. Super casual, laid back. Feel free to bring whoever you want with you as well. Invite is open to everyone. Hey, Krista, having a get together Friday night, just a small gather to debut my new journey. Please come bring a friend or the family. Nikki, hey girl, are you free this Thursday? We are getting together with some wine and snacks. I will be talking about what I do. Come hang out and bring a friend or two. Okay, so you guys all got that, right? You guys have done it. Maybe you got to rinse, repeat, and figure it out a little bit more, right? I know I put you on the spot, but it's a 4-part formula. Now, these next slides might help you fine tune that invite. Let's throw some themes in there. Simple themes make the event feel relaxed, social, and natural. Cause-driven themes. People love cause-driven themes. They're purposeful, they're warm, zero pressure. So maybe it's hey, I'm doing a Toys for Tots drop-off and snacks, coat and blanket drive and cocoa, backpack donation and brunch. So maybe before school starts up over the summer, you do a backpack thing, you do coats and blankets when it's cold, you do Toys for Tots before Christmas, right? Why these work. People love showing up for a cause. Walls come down instantly. This is totally me now. I'm always doing outside the box. There you go, Heather. Right? You just didn't know what you didn't know. Light travel vibe themes. Travel energy without selling travel. Sip and sail, margaritas in Mexico, Italian night. Hey, let's get together. Let's do an Italian potluck. Right? Maybe when we get to the actual pitch, maybe when you get to the perks part, maybe you theme your perks around Mexico or Italy or cruising. I'm in for that, right? Why these work. Travel vibes spark curiosity, right? Social and lifestyle themes. Feels like friends hanging out. Charcuterie and chill night, PJs and Prosecco, mom's night out. So kind of what Nikki was going with earlier, like, hey, I got a babysitter. Let's all go out. Or, hey, we're going to go do, so-and-so's getting a babysitter over there. We're all going to, I don't know, the guys are going over there. They're going to take the kids. The girls are going this way. Whatever the case may be, right? Why these work. It's familiar, fun, and easy to say yes. Sushi night, Japan. There you go. Talking my language now. I'm getting hungry. Listen, one thing that I've learned is an event is always best with food. Just is. All right. Public place meetups. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't want to do it in a home, right? Perfect for agents who don't want to host in a residence or home. Coffee shop meetups, brunch and chat, Taco Tuesday hangout. These are more neutral, more relaxed, and easy for guests to bring a friend. Now, understand that if you do it in a public place, you need a place that's like you're going to need a space, right? Now, when I was kind of putting this training together and working through all of these things, I worked a lot with Founder to kind of come up with these different things. And they used to do it in a pizza shop. They did I think it was like a Wednesday or something, but every Wednesday, whatever day of the week it was, every Wednesday at Round Table Pizza at 7 p.m. And at Round Table Pizza, every Wednesday at 7 p.m., they would show up, whether there was one person or 15 people. They just put a lock on that room every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Yes, I was thinking my apartment is too small for this. Listen, if you don't, but work around it. But also, Leslie, just wait. You could host these at a restaurant too. Okay, so travel party themes. Now we're going to talk about where to host because maybe you're like Leslie and your apartment is too small, right? In your home. So maybe not, listen, I have done parties in my home and you just make things work. I did it in a 2-bedroom apartment, right? They can work. They're cozy, they're comfortable, they're more personable, right? You can do a charcuterie board and wine. Look at me, I've said the word 3 times and haven't said it inappropriately yet. Don't test me. But cozy, comfortable, more personable. It feels relaxed and more intimate. People are a little bit more, guard down. People open up more in a home setting. It's easy to decorate lightly for your theme. Perfect for smaller groups, close friends, warm introductions. I typed that rude slide. I'm such a child. It's okay. I like children. Are we supposed to pay for everyone? It would have to be, if you're like, hey, let's all go out to lunch. I didn't say I was paying for it. Kathy, when you ask your friends out to lunch, do you pay for them to go out to lunch? No. It would have to be mostly strangers because most of my people are in New York. I could do an online wine party and lots of those during COVID layoff. So Terry, just hold off and we will get to that. In your home. Someone else's home. Familiar for their guests, built-in trust, right? So maybe this is a friend. You ask a friend, hey, I'd like to host a party at your house. Like I'd like to host a travel party and they invite all of their friends, right? Why it works. You instantly tap into their circle. People feel comfortable because it's their friend's place. Your reach multiplies without extra effort. Perfect for guests who heard your story and want to co-host or bring their people next time. Think of an incentive for them to host next. I was supposed to partner with a friend who's Mary Kay, and we were going to do it together, and then we moved. Listen, the party is the same but different. Can you offer them a voucher for hosting and do a fishbowl for those that come? So, Lisa, anything that you want to incentivize them. $25 Amazon gift card. Do a voucher. Do a whatever. Thanks, Julie. Is a travel party a good place to use vouchers? Can you offer them but partnering with someone like that who can offer another right. I have a friend who has a clubhouse at his apartment complex. That's more, hey, why the heck not? How many of you guys use I know one of my agents who is strictly doing travel parties. That's all she does is travel parties. They actually go on Amazon and they find like $10 and under gifts on Amazon. So little trinkets, right? Like little different fun things. You could probably go to the TikTok shop and you could buy things. And so you could get them a travel swag bag, whatever you guys want. And then remember, all of these things are tax write-offs. If you're somebody who uses Expedia Tap or something like that, they get points. Like when you book, you get points. You can turn those points into gift cards, right? You guys, whatever it is that you want it to be. The parties asking something so different, and I don't think I would be as nervous. I've done that before. Stickers, people love stickers, so do kids. Listen, anything and everything, right? Okay. Public spaces, coffee shops, restaurant, wine bars, community rooms. You guys, there is a group of, I don't want to say it's just FC, but there is a group of people in Vegas. They do one of these. I want to say it's like every 6 weeks at Wine and More. How many of you guys have a Wine and More near you? You can rent their back room for free. It's free. Now they have like different things that you can do and different packages if you look into it. But they get a wine tasting or something like that. I don't know how that all works, but you could look into that, right? Coffee shops, restaurant, wine bars, community rooms, neutral and low pressure, no cleaning, no setup, easy to invite, easy for people to bring a guest, feels casual and social. This is perfect for new agents, bigger groups, mixed circles, or anyone who prefers not to host at home. We have a paint and sip. There you go, right? No wine, but I'm in bourbon country. There you go, right? At the Dollar Tree, some travel stuff, whatever the case may be. You guys start taking notes, kind of start deciding what do you want to look like, right? I know I was recently talking to Coco and she's like, man, I could buy some boxed wines and some beers and I could host a, whatever around the campfire at the RV spot, right? Like whatever you want this to look like. Right? You guys are cute. Okay, so where to host? Now, I think the excuses and the fears, like that's the big one, right? The how to invite, you're like, okay, like I got that, like I know how to invite. I understand the 4-step formula. Like I want to do a toy drive. Like I think that's great. We could do an ornament exchange. Like we could do a cookie decorating thing. You guys think of the holiday, think of something fun to do. If you're an artsy person, like, hey, come over, let's decorate cookies and I don't know, bake cookies, whatever. Then you get to this part. And this is, I think, where people freeze up. Are wines and beer a tax deduction if it's for the party? Yes. How do we pitch the opportunity? How many of you guys like this is the very reason that you clam up, that you're like, oh God, this is why I don't want to do a travel party. Everything else sounds great, wonderful. I totally want to do a travel party, but now you get to the pitch and I'm like, I'm out. Yes, literally. Crickets. That part. Yes, you're like, man, I'm gonna do a travel party. Like, I'm so stoked. Like, yeah. And then you're like, crap, I have to give the information. Right. That's the part you get to, and you're like, oh God, just kidding. Travel party canceled. I don't know how to do it. I'm scared. Right. This part. Laugh out loud. Cat got my tongue. right? Okay, so we're going to talk about the two different ways that you guys can pitch the opportunity. I have a strong suspicion that you guys are going to like the second option better. Okay, option number one, corporate sides. Allison, I think you're psychic, Krista. Listen, I know people. I know people. I've heard it all. I've been around for 6 years. Listen, I've heard it all. Corporate slides. You guys all know where to find them. They're in the back office, right? You guys can get the slides. You guys can download them. You guys can do the presentation. Use the slides from the back office. If co-hosting, one person covers the travel side, the other covers the opportunity. Talk like you're explaining it to a friend. You're not teaching a class. You're telling people about something that you love. Keep the whole thing around 20 minutes. Chances I like this one. You like the corporate side one? I'm the guy who shows up to all of them but not organize them. Well, here's the thing. Leslie, make sure the audio visual works before the guests get there. Listen, Leslie, we made it work. You just had to have a bunch of platinums fly to Hawaii so that we could do it in a room and we could all stare at a computer that didn't want the audio to work on. Right? It happens. It happens to the best of us, right? Best laid plans of mice and men. If you ask Kalia and I, we did one at Patrice's, and her and I did it without any slides, without anything, because the projector got there late. You just make it happen, right? We opened up the computer. We've done the presentation so many times. Laugh out loud, no audio or visual, just my voice, right? Like Kalia did that. She introduced me. I did the other part. Like it was fine. You roll with it. Or the chat is not visible to everyone because I do not know how to use Zoom. Claudia, we are in the corporate sides. We're in person. There's no chat, Claudia. We're in person. We're in person. There's no chat. Guarantee you nobody's going to stand up in the middle of the travel party and be like, scam. Nobody's going to do that, guys. Nobody's going to do it. And my poor husband, he's sleeping right now. Probably not anymore. Nobody's going to do it. I think it, and Leslie, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only travel party I've ever been to that somebody got up and walked away was in Hawaii. He got up and left, and he had a friend sitting next to him. He just got up and walked out. We're like, okay, bye. Okay, bye. So we're not going to hear boo, get off the stage. I mean, boo, get out of my house. I run this show. There's the door. Lose my address. Right? Okay. Now, they start throwing tomatoes. Just don't have tomatoes in your house. You're fine. Now, I personally think this next option is going to be easier and more fun because you don't need audio, you don't need visual, you don't need any of that. Listen, Tucci Gucci's all gonna make us pasta sauce with them tomatoes that get thrown. Just make sure to throw the garlic and the onion too. Maybe a little basil. Just throw it all at me, right? All right, guys. The envelope game. The envelope game, it's super easy. You're going to take 10 envelopes. You get 10 envelopes, and inside every envelope is going to be a question. So take 10 envelopes, number those envelopes 1 through 10. Inside each envelope is going to be a question. I'll fly anywhere to co-host. Listen, Chance, he's going to just be on a plane so he can co-host with everybody. The questions build your presentation in order. You're controlling your pitch, right? You're controlling this just as long as you don't get your questions out of order. They're 1 through 10, right? Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, blah, 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 right? The questions build your presentation in order. Your guests are literally walking you through the pitch, right? So you go 1, 2, right? We're still talking about tacos for Gigi. Listen. So 1 through 10, they walk you through the pitch. Guests pick an envelope, read the question and you answer. So take all 10 envelopes, walk around the crowd, have everyone pick an envelope, right? It gets them interacting and more interested, right? I like this. It's like a magic show. Listen, Matt's going to do one for us, right? So guess pick an envelope. Okay, you're like, who's got envelope number 1? And it's like, oh, Samantha in the background. Samantha, go ahead and read question number 1 to me. Okay, they read question number 1. I'm going to answer it. Right? Okay, who's got envelope number 2? Okay, Frank, you got envelope number 2. Read me the question. I'm going to answer it. Now, if you're co-hosting, take turns. Who came up with this witchery? It's not witchery. It's easy. Who, like, it just needs to be fun. Throw candies at them after they read them. Sure, that's even better. Right? Thanks for participating. And make Christina spaghetti. There we go. Got you. You know, you could even throw in some dice or something. This would be fun. No, you don't want to do dice because you don't want to do the questions out of order because you're doing them in order. So this one would be fun. Game is rigged. It is rigged. Just like every magic show, it's all rigged, but you're the dealer, you're the magician, you have all the tricks, right? What if they make up they're not going to make up the questions. You know what the question is. So if you already, you know what question number 2 is. And if they say, why is the sky blue? You're going to be like, Frank, that's not what your card says. What's your card actually say? Because you already know what the card says. But why would they do that? Right? Are there 10 slides in the presentation to make the questions from? Rebecca, don't worry, I got you. I come with all of the things. I come bearing all of the gifts. I just can't throw candy at you guys. Right? So if co-hosting, take turns. So now I'm sure you guys are all saying, but what are the questions? Can you have the answers written down or do I need to know them off the top of my head? Because I think I'm liking option number 1. But see, that's the thing, Chanel. Some people like 1, some people like 2. It's just, it has to do with your personality, right? All right, let's talk about the 10 questions. It's like the 10 commandments, but 10 questions. Make sure to keep them in order. I'm more of an option 2 person. There you go, right? So let's go through these questions. So what exactly is this meeting about? And don't worry, guys. I'm going to give you the answers here in a little bit that you got, just to give you guys kind of an idea. What exactly is this meeting about? What does a travel advisor actually do? How do you make money doing this? Who are you partnered with? How much can you earn? Who actually uses travel agents these days? Do I have to find all my own clients? What support and tools do I get? What does it cost to start? If I want to start, what do I do next? Does that walk them through it? Of what you guys know of the presentation, does that walk them through the whole presentation? Love option 2. Right? Does it? Love this so much. Oh, these questions aren't so scary. They're not scary, right? They're not scary at all. So let me go ahead and show you guys. Let me exit out of this real quick. And I'm going to show you guys. Let's talk about this. Now, you guys, I'm going to show you examples of the answers, but I want you guys to make them your own, right? Because I want you guys to make them your own. What exactly is this meeting? We're here to talk about a flexible business where you can make extra income, earn from travel, and work from anywhere. Super simple and super fun. Do you guys see this? This comes from the what will we be covering in the presentation. I'm showing you guys where in the presentation this is coming from. Right? Envelope number 2. What does a travel advisor actually do? We help people with vacations, hotels, cruises, all-inclusive, family trips, adventures, everything. If someone wants to go somewhere, we can book it, right? This comes from the slide, what you can book. Envelope number 3, how do you make money doing this? When someone books travel through you, the suppliers pay you commission. And with Evo Plus, sometimes you earn instantly. Questions work, whether technology does. Envelope number 4, who are you partnered with? We're partnered with Archer Travel Group, a family-owned company since 1952. Trusted, licensed, established. They are our host agency. Now, I didn't embellish these. I could have written them out more. I could have gone more in depth. You guys absolutely can. If you guys go into the depths of what, like the background behind us, like where do we come from. Today on my presentation that I did today, I talked about how we just opened our global headquarters, our world headquarters. People were like, wow, like, kid you not, in the presentation chat, they were like, wow, congratulations, that's amazing, right? Learn some history. Did you guys know that we are the longest standing brick and mortar travel agency in the US? Did you guys know that we are the first, like, all of those things, right? Just some little pinpoints. And somebody asked, can I write these things down? Yeah, you guys trust me. When I've done other businesses and other parties, I had flashcards. Absolutely. Read over the flashcards, memorize the flashcards, whatever the case may be, put some bullet points on there. Again, going back to those other slides, they're not there for perfection. You're right. You're human. How much can you earn? You earn 80% travel commissions plus bonuses, overrides, instant commissions, and even residual income as you grow. I'm still fuzzy on those details myself. Go do some research. We talk about it on presentations and ChatGPT. Go ask ChatGPT for the history of Archer Travel. You'd be amazed what you'd find. Who actually uses travel agents anymore? More people than ever. Busy families, luxury travelers, groups, corporate travel, and repeat clients come back again and again. Oh, writing the answers on flashcards, I feel like cheating. This is getting exciting. Listen, I'm here to make this stuff easy for you. Do I need to find all my own clients? No cold calling, no spam. We show you proven systems to get clients through marketing, referrals, plugging into training. Do you guys see how these questions literally just coming from the presentation? What support and tools do I get? So much training, right? So much training, a website, access to travel suppliers, Evo Plus, discounts, mentorship, ongoing support. This comes from the tool support and perks rewards page. What does it cost to start? You pick your package. Now, you guys, when I pitch this in person, because I do a lot of, like, I meet people at random and I start talking about the business. My last several signups have been people I've never sent to a presentation. I've signed up now 2 people at my pool hall strictly just by talking about the business. You guys, what you are doing up to this point, is you are just this shiny thing. So then you come in with, does it cost to start? Absolutely. There is a minimal, and you guys, I use that word because in my true belief, what we pay every month is minimal in comparison to what businesses cost. I'm not lying. I'm not degrade anything else. We have a minimal monthly that we do pay to our host agency that covers all of those things. You pick your package. You got Basics, Essentials, Evo Bundle. Right? You want to go bundle, essentials, basic, whatever the case may be. We also have a 10-day money back guarantee. You guys can also throw in there our profit guarantee. You guys, I'm not reading what you guys are throwing in the chat, but I will in just a moment. Envelope 10. If I want to start, what do I do next? Now, I put text your mentor in here because I was using some of my other ones, but obviously they're not going to text their mentor. Because I wanted to make this kind of like if it's personal or if it's big, right? You guys, if it's you in your home, it's obviously going to be like you. So you're going to get them started, which we're going to go over in just a little bit. If you're doing like a bigger one, because the goal of this is to get these so big that we start having them. Our goal, Ashley Hallowell and I, we were actually talking to founder girl. I don't know how long ago that was, but like a year ago. 6 months ago. I don't know how long ago. Basically, the goal is that we start doing these homegrown travel parties and we gradually grow them, that we start doing super Saturdays across the United States and internationally. But we can't start doing super Saturdays until like those kind of super Saturdays, until we get people used to inviting to these travel parties, right? Now, it's up to you. I love this. Okay, I'll answer this in just a second. If I want to start, what do I do next, right? You're gonna, whatever. If you guys want an 11th card, if you guys do, right? How does residual income work? That could be your 11th question. Perfect. If you want a deeper conversation, your answer, when you help others get started, the company shares a portion of the profits with you every month. Predictable income, not just commissions. It's also a great way to eliminate your monthly. Okay, so I will give you guys this document. Let's guess I have to name it first. Now, this is, again, it is for you to use as your own, like just kind of give you an idea, right? Just an idea of what those kinds of answers you are looking at. Okay. Practice your answers so you know exactly how you want to answer and to not overlap with another question, because some of these could be similar to, right? That's why it's important to understand what the question is asking, right? Because you might answer it in the wrong order. Okay, I will get into the questions in just a moment. Okay. Last slide. The close, right? We got to talk about the close. Right, we want to enroll, we want to get more parties, and we want this to be a duplicatable thing. We will talk about presentation and travel party, whatever. We'll talk about that in just a minute, okay? So, ready to join. If this feels like a fit, we'll help you pick your package and set you up tonight. So at the travel party, they enroll, right? Whatever your team's onboarding, right? Coco went through that earlier about onboarding. So however your team onboards, right? What a perfect opportunity. Get them enrolled, get them rolling on their thing, get them connected and whatnot. If they're not ready. Now, I have heard different people do this different ways. People will say in the close, are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? Raise your hand if you're a 1. Raise your hand if you're a 2. Raise your hand if you're a 3. Number 1 is I'm ready to get started. Credit card in hand. Sign me up. Let's go. Option number 2 is not. I have questions, right? They're not a yes. They're not a no, but I got questions, right? Number 3 is a no, and that's okay. Right? No worries. This opportunity isn't for everyone, but I would love for you to think of me for your next booking. So many of you guys in the very beginning, you guys were like, oh, I thought this was about travel. You guys understand that every party, right? Founder says it all the time. We do 2 things around here. We have travel clients and we have travel partners, right? So if they don't want to join the business, ask for the sale. Ask for them to use you as their travel agent, right? So if they're not ready yet, no worries. I would love it if you could host a travel party. Invite your people. I'll do the talking. Anyone who joins at the party signs up under you. Now, this is actually something that Founder talked about, how he duplicated and rose through the ranks so quickly in one of his previous companies, is because somebody at a party would say, hey, I'm ready to get started. And he'd say, okay, awesome. I want you to bring 6 people, minimum 6 people to your travel party. We're going to sign you up and we're going to get all 6 of them signed up under you as well. Bam. They sign up. Their monthly is eliminated. 7 people into the system at one time. Now, if they're not going to be available for a week, do you really want to wait? If they're ready to sign them up now, right? But hey, Now you are enrolled. Let's go ahead and get your monthly eliminated. Let's go ahead and put a day on the calendar, right? So they joined, they picked their package, they joined. Let's put a date on the calendar for you to host your very first travel party. We're going to call it a launch your party travel, or launch your business party, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm going to go ahead. You're going to host it at your place. I'll come and I'll deliver the information. You invite your people. I'll do the talking. Anyone who joins, they're going to be under you. How quickly could you grow to gold with travel parties? How fast could you grow to gold? So fast. Hell yeah. I think this is where I will shine. Oh, quickly. Very, very, absolutely. Right? In theory, you could have 3 travel parties, right? Could you imagine you sign up 15 people, you do a travel party with all 15 of those people, half of them hit silver. Matt said, I think I found my calling for real. By the end of this month, Sonic, very quickly, absolutely. But do you guys now understand why I said the biggest, hardest part of this is the fears that we talked about in the beginning? Do you guys see why I had to spend half this meeting talking about those fears? Because that's the hardest part. Getting over your fears is the hardest part. The invite, nonchalant. The doing the party, easy, right? Are you ready? Not ready yet? Okay, we're going to host a party. Invite your people. I'll do the talking. Why hosting works. Simple, fun, duplicatable. Every party grows the room in your dream. Your dream? It says team, but your dream. Hosting incentive. Earn a small gift or raffle entry for hosting. This is where I would do that gift. Hey, for those of you guys that host a travel party, you'll earn blank, blank, blank. Now, I don't often like to talk about other companies, but how many of you guys have done parties in other companies? This is literally, when I did parties with other companies, this is literally what we did. It didn't matter if you were selling lotions, potions, facials, or hair products. It does not matter. The party is the same. The product is what changes. Tupperware, lots, right? The party's the same. The product is different, right? You all of those things, 31, like you sold the purses, you sold the oils, right? I sold the candles. I sold I've trust me, I've sold it all, right? You just have to find a way to get through the fear of actually doing it and hosting it. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. I know several of you guys put questions in here. If you guys have questions, let me know. I know there was a lot. Let me answer one of the questions. One of the questions was, do I have to do this in person? Can I do this online? Okay, let me answer that first question. Do I have to do this in person? Can I do it online? I will tell you guys for 3 months, I want to say 3 months, I actually tested I tested travel parties with my team. I tested online travel parties with my team. They were okay. But the thing is that we already have online presentations. So it was almost like I was doing. Now, I will tell you the nice thing about travel parties online is that it's a warmer crowd. I have people on my team who are growing pretty much strictly their warm market. And so travel parties, like they do work for that, especially like if you have maybe you have a bunch of friends all over the United States. Maybe you were in the military, maybe you bounce from place to place. And so maybe this would work for that. But so it's not that you can't do them in person or online. But I would, yeah. So yes, to answer your question, you can do them online. They do work online. I have had agents sign people up from them, us doing them online. Um, my agent, Jen Marshall, her and another agent who is under VP, Tony Evans, that's strictly, they do travel parties once a month online, and that's how she's grown. Uh, so they can be done, but I don't really want to talk about you guys doing them online because that's not you getting you guys out of your comfort zone. That's still living behind the computer. That's still living behind the keyboard. That's still, I want you guys to get into your community. I want you to get into homes. I want you guys to play fun games and do those things. Um, let's see. I'm seriously down what dates you got free in the next month. Cassie, let's co-host one together. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's what, you guys need to do. Find somebody. I know Nikki was telling me that her and Christine, they're planning on doing one together. And so they can bounce the questions off of each other. Wording my text to send friends asking them to host. Brainstorming has begun. Love that, Samantha. My neighbor across the street just had a Tupperware one 2 weeks ago. Paparazzi Thrive, Young Living, my own jewelry business, 31 Premier Designs, right? Can we use vouchers for online travel parties? Francis, you guys, I know some of you guys, and I mean this with the most love that I possibly can give. Some of you guys are not going to get out of one of those 5 fears. It's kind of interesting. I went to paramedic school and they told us on the very first day, look around because one out of every 2 of you will not pass paramedic school. And we were like, which one is it? Is it me? Did I sit in the wrong seat? Like, am I right? You guys, it is a choice to get out of those fears. So if you're already talking about doing them online, is that because you're not willing to get out of your fear? You're still willing, you still want to be living in the computer? You want to have that ability to end the call. You want to be able to stop it, right? Get out of there. Do it with somebody. I guarantee you guys have somebody in the business, somebody in the company that lives near you. But you guys put a date on the calendar. You have a big holiday coming up, and every single one of you guys could do a toy drive. Every single one of you guys could do a toy drive. Toy drive. Right? Let's see. Can we use vouchers? Can you have the same party for prospective agents and prospective clients? So you could. This is just team building. But I guess you could have, I know one of my agents, that's how she actually started her business. She partnered up with somebody else and they used to do cruise nights online. But we were talking specifically team building. I have a girl that lives in New York and I feel she would be great with this. I would have to help her from afar. That's fine. Let's see. I missed it. Can I get a screenshot of the slide, the invite, please? This is recorded, Rebecca. So I will have the recording up for you. This could also work well to gain clients. Let's do one in Charlotte. I'm down. Anyone live in Chicago? I don't, but I'm not far. Post a Nextdoor app about the party and have people text you to reserve their spot. Have the party in a public setting. Have a raffle where attendees can get extra tickets by bringing a friend. All of those things work. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the goal, is to grow these bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you advertise with a flyer with the date and time, or only talking to people face to face? So like I said, you guys can do whatever you want to. However you guys want to run your travel party. If you guys want to do a travel party with a bunch of strangers first, if you think that that's less scary, then do it. Most people think it's less scary to have it in their home with some friends and be like, hey guys, this is my first travel party. It's probably going to suck. Thanks all for being here. But I'm going to share with you what I love, and I think you guys would all love too. Trust me, that's going to go over a lot easier with all of your friends and family than strangers. Strangers are going to be like, oh, Kimberly doesn't know shit and she invited me to this thing. Like, I'm out. But your friends are probably going to chuckle. They're going to humor you and they're going to stick around and they're going to listen, right? This could help with my comfortability doing lives on TikTok. Yes, guys, how many of you guys want to do TikTok lives? And you're like, God, what can I say? Could you guys do a TikTok live travel party? Alicia, I just saw the light bulb just blow up over her head, like bam! Like the aha moment she just had. I loved it. I wish I could like, oh, it is recorded. We're all gonna see it. But it was beautiful, right? Find somebody, co-host a TikTok live. Sabrina, you look bored as heck. Are you awake? Okay. Anyways, I don't care if you're bored, that's fine. But anyways, the thing is, like, do a TikTok live with somebody. Kimberly and Sean, I don't know if you guys know each other. You guys happen to be next door to each other on my screen. Like, hey girl, like, let's do a TikTok live together. Kimberly's gonna ask Sean a question. Shauna's gonna ask Kimberly questions, and after the 10 questions, you guys are gonna repeat, rinse and repeat, and start answering the questions again. Takes you 20 minutes to get through the questions. You want to do an hour live, you go through it 3 times. Rinse and repeat. This could help my Cassie. Let's co-host one together. Matthew, you live close by. How far ahead do you recommend to start inviting? How far in advance do you guys invite people to a barbecue at your house? Shoot, if I want barbecue and it's like 3 days from Saturday and I want to have a get together, hey guys, I'm having a barbecue on Saturday. Who wants to come over for beer, brats, and business? I don't know. Like that just came out of nowhere. Beer. I can't say it again. Beer, brats, and business, right? Like, I'm ready, Krista. So yeah, whatever you guys want to do. Anyone in or around like Laughlin, Florida, I want to co-host with me. There you go, right? I want the opposite. I want to exude my enthusiasm in person so they can literally feel the energy, such a better dynamic in person. Agree, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. You guys, I am telling you, there's so many people, and now you guys, do you guys know why now? Like people have been begging me for this training. I just needed, do you guys ever have those moments where you're like, it's just not time yet? It's just not time yet. It's just not time yet. Like, and finally it was like, it's time. It's time, right? You guys have been getting coached on social media. You guys are getting more comfortable putting yourselves on reels and videos and faces and TikToks and lives. And you guys are getting more comfortable with doing that. So it's like, now it's like, it's off to the races, right? Jane, yeah, 100% agree. If you guys do one, I'll come. Let's do one. And here's the thing, if you guys co-host, that means that you both invite people to it, which means the possibility of it being a bigger one is even better. And nobody, and people get excited off of people saying yeses, right? Like I've been at candle parties before where I was like the only one that was like, I'm not buying any candles. And before I know it, I'm like, well, I guess I'm buying candles. Everybody else is buying candles. I'm buying candles too. Right? Especially when you start talking about, like, they all signed up and you all start talking about trainings and the perks and the things, and you show them, they're like, oh shit, I'm not getting anything. You guys start showing Evo Plus, you start showing the deals and the discounts, and like, where do you want to go next, right? Give them the link for the demo so they can demo Evo Plus. Make a QR code, give them Evo Plus demo, they can be demoing it. All right, let's say yes. I actually just saw a group play a game there. We're like 15 in the live. And the guide can be used for TikTok live. I need so much help with social media. I had a long work day. Sorry. No, you're good, Sabrina. I love you guys. I don't care. You could be laying down eyeballs half like a week. There you go, Lilia. The day of, whenever I decide, right? 5 to 7 days depends. Laugh out loud, sometimes a day or two. Who wants to co-host with TT with me? I'll do it. Yep, 2 to 3 weeks. And what's nice about if you guys co-host TikToks, whoever's watching your live, you get those people. Whoever's watching their live, they get those people, right? And so you guys are helping each other, but you're both getting whoever reaches out to you. Now, unless they tap on the other person and then all of a sudden they're a few days ahead of time. We're very random when it comes to food and beer. Listen, I ain't mad at it. Yes. We need an Archer agent directory so we can all contact each other. Oh, Alicia, that's a great idea. Listen, just go into the Rising Tide Facebook group and just ask, hey, who's here? Want to do a travel party? Who wants to co-host with me? And I better see comments. You guys better go like blast it out. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, I want to host a travel party. Who wants to co-host with me? I'm in BFE, Texas. Somewhere somebody said that. I don't know what BFE stands for. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I know what BFE stands for, Lisa. I was just playing. We should get a small group on TikTok discussing the business. I'm in Florida. I'm going to create a flyer for travel parties I can hand out at the business market event. Let's hook it up. It's contagious. Beer, brats, business, and boobs. Listen, Allison said it. I did not. I was just reading. Where do we just go? I don't know. Down a rabbit hole for sure, but it's all right. It's 9 o'clock somewhere, so it's late. You can also alternate hosting TikTok live, and one person is answering questions and moderating for the other. I can literally fly anywhere if someone wants to partner up. I would be down chance. I'm in Chicago. I'll fly into MDW. I'm already thinking flyers and thinking of dates and ideas. I'm in North Texas. I'm in Florida. I'm going to create a flyer for travel parties I can hand out at a business market. I'm in Winter Tavern. Let's hook it up. Love it, love it. Margaritas, Krista. I wasn't looking at creating a team, but this Zoom convinced me. Otherwise, thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's give up some fire to Shauna. Listen, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be scary. Travel is fun. Our company is fun. It doesn't have, and I think that's what happens is we get so in our head about like the noise. But also, don't get fired up in this meeting to leave and forget. And I'm not saying, Shauna, you're going to do that. And I hope, am I saying that right? Is it Shauna? Okay. Like really do it and then do it again and do it again. And I cannot wait until somebody says like, hey, Krista, I hit gold because I was doing travel parties. Like, I can't wait. Because guess what's going to happen? Alicia's going to hit gold having travel parties and putting it out in the system because I believe that power of positivity. Alicia's going to hit gold because of travel parties. And what's going to happen is people are like, damn, I was in that meeting with Alicia. Alicia, yeah, you said Alicia's going to hit gold with travel parties. Like, I want to hit gold with travel parties. Shoot, I want to hit platinum with travel parties. Tucci Gucci over here, halfway to platinum. There's no reason why Tucci Gucci couldn't be platinum, you know, in a couple of months with travel parties, but it's a made up mind. As founder always says, a made up mind is a powerful thing. You guys decide right here, right now, I'm going to do a travel party. You put it on the books. You don't cancel it. You make it happen. And you keep a party on your calendar once a week. And I promise you, Alicia is going to be gold from travel parties. Lisa can be, I don't know your guys' ranks. I don't even know if you guys team build. Maybe this is your very first team building training, right? Positive trend. I will be flying out to lead travel parties for real, for real. Listen, let's see. My number is, and see if we travel to travel parties, then we can write it off. Oh my goodness, the options are endless. Mindset is everything. This whole week has opened my mind. You guys, it has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I know you guys are starting to fall off. You guys, I hope and pray and put out all of the positive jujus that you guys take this and you have found a new way to team build. I hope that this excites you. I hope that this brings another option. I hope that it builds a culture of you guys coming together and you guys doing this together. You guys, it is on my vision board to see Super Saturdays happen. I want Super Saturdays to happen, but Super Saturdays will not happen until we learn how to invite to a travel party and to not be scared. Because I promise you, it catches fire and the company will hit the numbers that we wanted to hit. You guys are very welcome. It does. I needed to hear this just like Ashley on Facebook today. I was meant to hear all of this tonight. You guys are very, very welcome. You guys can do it. I believe in you, and I will get this recording up as soon as possible. You guys got the Google Sheet. I will get this up so you guys can, if you guys didn't take down the 4-step formula and all of that. I will also, when I put this up there, I will also put the link for the memory jogger if you guys don't have that, because the memory jogger will also help jog your memory of people that you could reach out to host travel parties. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye, guys.